Well, hi there. My name is Murray Ray, and I'm a project manager at Catalyte. And today I'm going to be demonstrating our AI HR chatbot that we've built to showcase the capabilities of some of the things we're doing in artificial intelligence and how quickly it is to spin up business applications. We named the chatbot Bruce. There's nothing clever about that. We were trying to think of the name. Somebody's dog barked, and the dog's name was Bruce. Well, there we go. Basically, this is a chatbot that's going to allow an employee to go out and ask HR questions. Some of that is going to come from the Catalyte Knowledge Repository, Employee Handbook, etc. Some of that's going to come from APIs that we built into Workday, and we're going to let our AI solution figure out the best way to answer those questions and surface that in this UI. I'm right now logged in to our Knowledge Repository, so it knows who I am. And so we've built in security and privacy at the very start to this application. So I'm going to ask it some basic types of questions to start with. Fairly standard question that somebody might ask. Brings me back a list of those holidays. Now, one thing that's unique about Catalyte is we actually observe Veterans Day on the day after Thanksgiving. As is often the case with consulting companies, our holidays may not match up with our clients' holidays. So I'm going to ask, what is the HR policy for that? And it's going out to the vector database that we pre-trained the application with for the information. And it's brought back to me what the answer is. Also notice that we've got a link back into the Catalyte Handbook where this information resides. So if a person wants to learn more about this, they can go there and get more information. What is the company dress? Fairly standard question. I think we have a fairly good dress code in place. You can see it's rather lengthy. So just taking advantage of some of the capabilities right out of the box, summarize in 2 sentences the company dress code. And you can also see that I made a spelling mistake. And you don't have to be precise with spelling or punctuation. It figures that out for you. Here it's brought it back to me in 2 sentences like I asked for, and provides the link back to the company handbook. We have built this to be specific to HR. So what color is a banana? And because that's not an HR question, at least not a typical HR question, Bruce is going to tell me it doesn't know. So now we're going to exercise some of the Workday APIs. Who is my boss? My boss is Clark Pope. And you'll see that I wasn't asking necessarily in a precise HR manner, who's my boss, but it figured out what my intent was. Who reports to Clark Pope? So now it's brought me back the list of all the employees that report to Clark. And you can see I'm there. And I'm going to just take one name out. I'm going to take the last one. Who is that? And you can see that I did not put in his full name. I just put in Zach, figured out what I was asking for, and brought back the information I asked for and gave me his contact if I needed that. Very nice. All righty. Couple other things. What is my PTO? PTO, paid time off. And that's telling me what I've done. What was my PTO last year? All right. That's correct as well. What is Clark Pope PTO? All right. And because in our Workday system, we generally, unless you're a manager, only have access to your PTO information, it's restricted that answer to just my PTO balances. So when I ask for Clark's, it's not going to give it to me. That's kind of some of the highlights. In order to stand this up, we basically are using a Microsoft Azure environment with an Angular front end. Any UI will do, but that's what we built this in. From the UI, it's basically hitting the orchestration layer, determining the intent of what my question was and the best way to handle that question. And again, sometimes it's going to Workday, sometimes it's going to our vector database that we pre-trained. Probably 80% of the work we have done is just going to be kind of standard IT stuff, standing up Azure, putting in security, building a UI. But a lot of the important stuff, what you saw, is coming out of the box, which is the pre-training and hitting some Workday APIs. So the time it took to build this was substantially reduced from building this in sort of a normal development environment. Also, as well, not only was the development time improved, but the capabilities outside the box are pretty amazing. So earlier I'd asked for what was the company holidays. What are the company holidays in reverse order? So you can see it's bringing back those holidays in reverse order. What's amazing about this is there's no special coding. There's no SQL statement with an order by clause. In fact, there's no SQL. The vector database contains all of the information, and it's just figuring out what the right way to answer your question is. So I hope this has proved to be informative. Thanks for your time.